Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today we're going to be talking about celebrities and how we really need to pray for them. This week I saw that Amanda Bynes had a mental breakdown and I feel for her. I'm not going to be sharing details about what happened. You can definitely Google that for yourself. But if you were like me and you grew up as a Nickelodeon kid, you grew up watching a Nickelodeon kid who's in her late 20s, you grew up watching Amanda Bynes. She was literally the queen of Nickelodeon. She was on all that. She had the Amanda Bynes show, or the Amanda show, sorry, and she would play all these different characters. It was basically like SNL, except it was all about her. And there are other celebrities that I used to grow up on, like Drake and Josh. Drake Bell is certainly battling his own demons right now. And come on, the list of child celebrities, Zoe 101, used to watch that on Nickelodeon. I always knew it was somewhat unhealthy because she was Britney Spears' sister and she was going through some stuff. And then it's very difficult to be a child celebrity. And the fact that they grew up on camera and they grew up working, like that's the thing that I always think people forget is they had a job as children, whereas like the rest of us were just going to school. That was our job, was to get an education. It's so crazy for me, and so many of these people they were such a huge part of my childhood, and I'm sure your childhoods, and they're not in good places now. So we need to pray for them. I know that sounds so weird, and there's nothing that I can do to help them, right? I'm definitely someone who looks to help out my friends, and these people I would watch every single day on TV, I consider them like my friends, and there's nothing that I can do to help them except for to pray for them. Prayer works, right? If you're watching this and you're practicing Catholic or Christian or what have you, you know that prayer works. I really think that something that is lacking in Christian society and Catholic society among practicing Catholics is there is a lack of sympathy, because I think the other side, the worldly side, is so sympathetic maybe to the wrong causes. I'm trying to dance around these things so YouTube doesn't shadow ban me or anything like that, but there are the other causes that the other side just kind of gives into too much. They're over sympathetic. They're not telling people what they need to hear. They're telling people what they want to hear. And then on the Catholic side, I think there's a too much self-righteousness sometimes that goes on. There's not enough sympathy. And someone like Amanda Bynes has had every opportunity in the world, but she was in a conservatorship up until either last year or the year before. I saw on her Wikipedia page where she was in a conservatorship with her parents. And that's just so crazy to me. And then she's having this mental breakdown right now this week. It's just so sad. And I have so much sympathy for her because she was doing a job as a child. She had to play all these different characters. It wasn't like she was on a TV show playing one character, right? She had this show where she was playing multiple different characters multiple times a week. That toll that must have taken on her body and on her mentality is insane. So I really ask that we start to have sympathy for people like this. Like, don't just write them off thinking, oh, they're a celebrity. Who cares? They have all the money in the world to fix their problems. And yes, they do have a better means to finances that maybe we don't have if we're looking for therapy or other ways to solve our problems. But you guys, when Amanda Bynes has a mental breakdown, everybody in the world knows it. It's just that boggles my mind. Whereas if I have a mental breakdown, nobody's going to know about it except for my family. Nobody's going to know. Everybody knows this. That is just so awful. And they're going to see all this. Now, I have this tiny YouTube channel, and I get really nice comments on most of my videos. Occasionally, so rarely, I will get a mean comment and I just delete them. I don't really pay much mind to it because I am very confident in my appearance and in my skills as a Catholic YouTuber and in just YouTuber in general. So I don't really let these tiny, minuscule, mean comments affect me. However, someone like Amanda Bynes, I don't see how it's possible for these mean things that people say to not affect her. So really, we gotta give this poor woman some grace and other celebrities grace as well. I was watching an interview with a celebrity who said when he first started out, people were saying such heinous, horrible things about him, and they were editing his Wikipedia page, and he said he was a 25-year-old man, and he was just weeping in front of his computer because he could not change his Wikipedia page because the other side would change it just like that. I mean, my gosh, we do not have to deal with that kind of slander and everything like that. It's absolutely just mind-blowing to me that people live like that. So let's have some sympathy for people. It's just, I really feel like we lack that in the Christian community, is that we are very self-righteous, and we know that what we believe is the truth, which I do agree. I do believe we believe in the truth, and that what other people believe in is worldly and secular will not bring them any happiness. But we gotta have a little compassion for these poor people who are doing what they believe will bring them happiness, and it's not. You guys, we gotta pray for our celebrities. We gotta pray for the people who have had a big impact on our childhood. We gotta pray for the people who have a big impact on us today. For example, I work from home, so I listen to podcasts all day long just because I hate being alone and I get lonely, and I need background noise so that I can just have something else going on. And there are so many podcasters that I absolutely love. Absolutely love these podcasters. I listen to all these different things, but some of them really hate the Catholic Church. And it's really annoying because I know they hate the Catholic Church because they've been misled on what the Catholic Church actually is and what the Catholic Church actually stands for. And if I could just show them what the Catholic Church stands for, I think they would change their mind. Or if they ever had a devout Catholic priest like, say, Father Mike Schmitz or Bishop Barron on their podcast, maybe they could have a better understanding of the Catholic Church, but they don't. So I pray for those celebrities as well. Anyone that really helps me get out of a dark time. There are so many comedians and just other funny podcasters that have helped me when I was in a dark time, especially quarantine and before that, and going through breakups and everything. I would just listen to these podcasts for hours and hours a day while I was working. And let me tell you, these people have had I'm a better person. I want to say a better person. That's wrong. I'm a happier person, or I was at the time, because I was listening to these people and they were just bringing me joy. And you got to pray for them as well. They've done something for you. What can you do for them? You can give them your prayers. You can't do anything physically for them. You're never going to meet them. You're never going to, even if you did see them in person, you're really going to walk up. I'm not one of those people that would have enough shame to go walk up and be like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture with you? I'm not one of those people. Definitely not. When was the last time I asked someone for a picture? Oh, I was at a bar in the town that I live in, and I saw someone from Survivor, and I asked her for a picture because I love Survivor, and I'm sure she doesn't get asked that often. It was kind of funny. Lost my train of thought with that. But yes, we just pray for celebrities, you guys. They're going through a rough ride out there, just like we all are. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hit the bell, I would really appreciate it. Just as a reminder, I've said some stuff on here that maybe could be a little controversial. I do not speak for the Catholic Church. I speak for myself, Catholic Catherine. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you next time. Goodbye. Or bye-bye. I don't like that. Goodbye.